Jurgen Klopp's first ever Liverpool X lineup. Where are they now? Earlier this year in January, Jurgen Klopp made a shocking announcement to everyone by making open his plans to bring his 8.5-year stay at Anfield to close by the end of the 23-24 season. This announcement was brought to the public after he had informed the club's authorities back in November of last year. He cited the fact that he could not continue putting out the performance he's been putting out before for many years. In essence, he wants to leave the stage while it's still hot for him. It's been a good run for the man, as Liverpool has lifted 6 major trophies under him, which didn't really seem obtainable when he took over from Brendan Rodgers in October of 15. Most often, in the end, a stock of past impacts are often looked at, so some might ask, what's become of Klopp's first ever Liverpool lineup? What better place to start than from the number one on the team, the goalkeeper, Simon Mignolet, who joined the club in 2013, a couple of years before the arrival of Klopp to the team. He ended up staying in the club for 6 seasons and was there when Liverpool lifted the cup in the Champions League in the 2018-19 season. After that win, he left the club and joined the Belgian top-tier club Brugge in the same year. Klopp's influence has rubbed off on him real good as he has continued his exploits with Brugge and has won the league title 3 times in a row. He's still with Brugge and still doing well as of today and was worthily replaced in Liverpool by the Brazilian goalkeeper Alisson. Also, you might remember Nathaniel Clyne, who had lost his starting spot in the club following a back injury. Well, he was not always in Liverpool, only joining in 2015. He originally had his roots in the Crystal Palace youth team before moving to Southampton and then Liverpool in 2015. Clyne didn't have a really long stay with Liverpool as was on the move again to Bournemouth on loan in 2019. And it seems he had always been on his way back to his roots because he returned to Crystal Palace just a year later. Since he left Liverpool, Alexander-Arnold has been sought out as his replacement at the right back, and we all look forward to the next cup Clyne might take. Maybe he'll live out his time at Crystal Palace. We also have James Miller. He joined Liverpool in 2015 from Manchester City. He was popular for his versatility in the field of play and had actually played most all positions for Liverpool. That's excluding the goalkeeping position. He successfully stayed with Liverpool for 8 seasons before leaving for Brighton just last year for the 23-24 season. Since joining Brighton, he has had about 15 appearances, but no goals yet, though he already has 2 assists. Hopefully, he'll perform a lot better when he settles right in. Let's talk about Alberto Moreno, who joined Liverpool in 2014 from Sevilla. What anyone can remember about this player will mostly be around his love for Liverpool, even when he had lost his spot in the club to Andy Robertson. What took many fans was that heartfelt message that he released on Instagram for Liverpool fans, when it was time for him to move on to Villarreal in 2019. At least he won 1 Champions League before he left in 2019. And so far, as anyone can tell, he's still very much a huge fan of his old club, Liverpool, and has even helped Villarreal defeat Manchester United, which has been a big-time rival of Liverpool. In fact, he was seen in a video dedicating that win to Liverpool. What an amazing fellow, right? In 2014, Liverpool welcomed Adam Lallana, who was also among Klopp's first lineup when he joined the team. He joined from Southampton after having some really impressive performances. His move was a huge loss to the team, as Klopp himself has even called him a legend for the club, a sentiment most Liverpool fans share. While with Liverpool, he made 178 appearances across competitions and scored 22 goals across competitions. A series of injury cases affected his later performance for Liverpool, as he wasn't exactly able to live up to his previous standards. In 2020, he moved to Brighton, where he continues to make his mark in the Premier League. Liverpool again had high hopes when they landed Joe Allen in 2012 from Swansea, but things didn't really work out well for him at that club, despite having a good start. He later moved to Stoke City and then back to Swansea in 2022. The same was the case for Jordan Ibe. When he moved to Liverpool from Wycombe Wanderers in 2012, hopes were high with a lot of expectations, but things didn't quite work out. In 23, he signed with Ebbsfleet United, where he is currently. Emre Can was also the midfielder and the first that Klopp ever had in the team. With Klopp's managerial prowess, he was able to bring out the best in Can while he was with the team, and he made his mark on one of the best players in the club then. He won numerous awards with the club, including the Young Player of the Season in the 2015-16 season and the Goal of the Season award for the BBC, Liverpool, and Premier League. He then moved to join Juventus and also later moved back home to Borussia Dortmund in 2019, where he currently plays. When Klopp arrived at Liverpool, he met some world-class talents in the club like Felipe Coutinho. The problem with this one was he wasn't really keen on setting in Liverpool and had his eyes elsewhere. And as you would expect, this was to the displeasure of some of the club's top officials. Fast forward to 2018, it seemed that Coutinho got what he always wanted, with Liverpool agreeing to sell him to Barcelona. And maybe as a measure to scare away the buyers, but in no way underplaying the talent, he sold to Barca for a club record $142 million. The player found it a little difficult to keep up his performance at Barca, which led to some loan spells at Bayern Munich and also Aston Villa, which later took him permanently in 22. However, in 23, Coutinho joined Al Duhail on loan. And if we're talking about legends that were in this category in the team, then we can't miss talking about Divock Origi. He was an absolute club legend, but he had to leave the club at some point in 22 for AC Milan. His time at Liverpool was spectacular, and he's currently on loan to Nottingham Forest from Milan for the 23-24 season. As it turns out, not all in this first Klopp's lineup are still active to this day. Take, for instance, the two center-back that he kicked off with, Martin Skritel and the French Mamadou Sakho. With a remarkable and promising career, Sakho made his first move from PSG to Liverpool in 2013, with the promise to bring his skills to the team. But as much as he wasn't really under question for his skill during his time at the club, he sure did know how to make headlines for the wrong reasons. Aside from the doping case that he had while with Liverpool, there was a fallout here and there between Sakho and Klopp, mostly due to several misconducts, which might have necessitated his move to Crystal Palace in 2017. Not long after that, he found himself back in France in 2023, signing for Montpellier. But it will take a little more than a good display of skills on the pitch to last in the team. In 2021, there was a furious exchange between Sakho and the Montpellier manager, Der Zakarian, which led to Sakho pushing him to the ground. It wasn't surprising to see the player leave the club just about a month after the exchange. He still remains without a club to this day, and it might be quite difficult to get one if he fails to put his attitude in check, coupled with the fact that he's already in his mid-30s. He might be just up for an early retirement. Martin Skritel's story, on the other hand, was more heroic with Liverpool. During his time with the Reds, he got to spend time under three managers: Benitez, Rodgers, and Klopp. In his 320 appearances for the team, he made remarkable contributions across competitions. The man was quite a sensation among Liverpool fans for his exploits as the center-back, before leaving the team for Fenerbahce, then to Atlanta, then Istanbul Başakşehir, and finally Spartak Trnava in 2021. In the following year, the player had to announce his retirement due to injuries, but definitely left the stage fulfilled. We can't also forget Lucas Leiva when we talk about the team of players that Klopp started with at Liverpool. His presence in the club wasn't so noticed, and some will actually be surprised to learn that he played for Liverpool for 10 whole seasons. He might have had limited skills in the game, but we can't deny that he's been important to the club. Later on, he went on to join Lazio in Italy in 2017 and made his mark there as the player of the season for the 2018-19 season. He later returned to Brazil in 22, where he joined Grêmio. And just last year, the player has actually hung his boots with the team and now taken the back seat from the game altogether. That's just about it for the team, and do turn on the notifications, we have more interesting videos coming soon.